Warren Sapp has his protege. That's right. Christian Hudson has signed with the Colorado Buffaloes. Defensive lineman coming out of Daytona Beach, Florida. I think you guys are going to love his game. I think you guys are going to love who he is as a person. He's a perfect fit for what we're building over here at CU. So I'm going to get into a little bit more about him, show off some of his highlights, the dynamic athlete and special talent that he really is. Y'all be sure to let me know your thoughts on Christian Hudson and this 2025 high school class from Colorado in the comments. Smash that like and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started, Buff Nation. Let's get started. So Christian Hudson coming in here, defensive tackle. He's a one tech. He's a nose tackle. 6'1", 290 pounds. You might say, hey, that's a little small, but no. Let's turn on the tape, and you'll be able to see that he truly is somebody made in the mold of Warren Sapp, made in the mold of like Black Bully 2.0. This kid was absolutely dominant during his time in Daytona Beach at Mainland High School. He was a 4-year varsity starter, and in his junior season, 2023, they won a state title. I believe during his sophomore and junior year, they're like 25-5. He was absolutely dominant during his junior year. I just want to read you these stats. This is insane stuff. 69 total tackles, 27 tackles for loss. Oh yeah, they went 14-1 and ended up the number 6 team in the state after winning the state title. So he's a champion, just like a handful of the other guys that we're bringing out here, like Chauncey Gooden, who I covered yesterday. He's also a multi-sport athlete, guys, and you can tell. Track and field. He does shot put. He's a wrestler. So what was really cool in listening to an interview that he did, I'll link it in the description, he was talking about how, of course, Aaron Donald's like his favorite player, and but some of the other guys that he watches consistently, he actually named were Chidozie Nwankwo and Amari McNeil. So I love to see the fact that he's truly bought in, man, with what's going on here with Colorado, with our D-line, with what Damian Lewis, Warren Sapp, these guys are building out here. And yeah, he said that he looks up to Black Bully a lot because he dominates the trenches when he's not, 6'3", 350 pounds, nothing like that, right? He's a smaller guy, but he controls the trenches. And you can see, I mean, with these highlights, just how much of an athletic freak, I mean, he is. And you see he plays both sides of the field or both sides of the ball. In high school, he's going to come in here and focus on defensive line, but I love to see that he's got some nasty to his game on both the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. He's truly an enemy of the quarterback. He is a quarterback killer. I mean, when guys get his hands on him, it's not for very long. He's able to rip them away. He's able to use his agility to get off of contact really quickly. And I think that he's got really great speed for his size. No doubt about it. 6'1", 290. And guys, he's going to be an early enrollee. So he's going to be here maybe even for the bowl practices this month, practicing with the team. And he is somebody that, hey, you watch some interviews, charismatic personality. This guy is built. Like, this guy is ripped, and I can't wait to see how his body develops in this spring semester with him coming in and enrolling early. But I want to give a shout out here to Coach Devin Rispris, part of the recruiting staff, came over here from FAMU, director of recruiting over there, I believe. And he's had a relationship, Coach Riss, that is, has had a relationship with Christian Hudson for many, many years. And FAMU was one of the first schools to really start making some headway with him, which is awesome to see. And I think when he came over to CU, that really helped us establish a quick, tight relationship with him. He also wanted to give credit to Coach Sapp. He said, "I'm Warren Sapp Jr." That's what he said. And again, I see a lot of it in his game and why him and Warren Sapp would get along, not only with their play style, but just how they are personality wise as well. I think that Christian Hudson's a great culture fit for what we got going on here. He's a defensive lineman, again, that fits the mold of two of our most athletic guys have been Chidozie Nwankwo and Amari McNeil, who he's going to be able to play alongside this year, which is awesome. You love to see that. And you might wonder, okay, well, who were some of the other schools going after him? Of course, he was going to stay local at first, committed this summer to UCF, but with all the changes that are going on there, and with CU really putting the belt to UCF in our matchup this year, that really paved the way for us to bring him out for an official visit. And he just said Boulder felt like home. That's what a lot of the guys feel when they visit campus for the first time. Truly, it's a special place. It's different than where a lot of these guys have grown up, and I think that's something special. That's something that he has talked about. In this interview that I listened to, is just, hey, for some guys, like you're going to grow more of a person as a person, getting out of your comfort zone, going somewhere new, not always staying close to home, right? And as somebody who has lived in 3 different states, 5 different cities now, yeah, it's or 4 different cities, yeah, it's totally true. It's totally true. And I love to see guys like that, Christian Hudson, understanding, the true opportunity and blessing that it can be to go to a place like Boulder and just focus on football, man. Just focus on football. And again, I want to bring up just the insane athlete that he is. And you might say, well, um, yes, UCF was looking at him, but also, guys, Iowa State, Maryland, these were schools that were pursuing him hard, as well as Iowa. Yes, the Iowa Hawkeyes, and they're known for owning the trenches for the last, 10, 20 years, right? So I think that, hey, with Iowa recognizing the talent that he is and making plans to try and bring him on as a Hawkeye, really getting into the thick of it in terms of his recruiting. I think that says a lot for the type of player that he is. And I think that I think he's going to fit in great with this defensive scheme that we're running. Again, a guy who is going to be hard for offensive linemen to keep their hands on for extended periods of time. He plays with a ferociousness, a confidence to his game. And I see him becoming, an anchor of this D line down the line for the Colorado Buffaloes. He's a guy that's going to demand, you know, uh, more attention than you would assume for a guy of his size, right? That's what we've seen with Chidozie Nwankwo. That's what we've seen. Mari McNeil's a little bit bigger, but these really, really high-end athletes playing on the interior defensive line, that is not common. We haven't had guys like this come to CU in quite a long time. So I'm very, very excited to see what he does working with Coach Lewis and Coach Sapp this next semester. And as we get ready for the 2025 season, who's to say Christian Hudson can't have a really nice role here for the Buffs? He was rated an 89, high end 3-star player from 24/7. Some other recruiting sites may have had him as a 4-star. I can't remember, but nonetheless, you can see that he's a really, really special type of player and athlete. That's what I'm really wanting to get across. I mean, you've been able to see how quickly he's able to penetrate offensive lines. He's got power moves. He's got speed moves. He's got great footwork. I think he moves really well, handles his weight really well. And like that's 290 pounds of like rock solid muscle, baby. He moves really, really well. And a guy that is going to be able to not only help stop the run, but he has that sort of rare athleticism in the mold of an Aaron Donald, right? To where you're gonna have a hard time keeping him out of blowing up passing plays as well, and that's what I'm really looking forward to seeing him develop into. How about Warren Sapp Jr.? How about the next Aaron Donald? Hey, let's let's hype it up. I love that Christian Hudson has chosen to come here to Colorado, and I think he's going to be a really, really good player for us for years to come. And yeah, I can go through here and read his scouting report here from 24/7. Really love their scouting reports that they give, but a potential spark plug in the middle, two-way lineman for a decorated mainline program that makes things happen on both sides of the ball. Under 6'1", now he's 6'1", but finds ways to win with leverage and effort. Initially, he was viewed by some colleges as an offensive lineman, but made it clear he wants to chase quarterbacks after racking up 9 sacks as a junior. Impressive snap anticipation jolts him forward, while active hands allow him to disengage and swipe past would-be blockers. Oftentimes aware of his surroundings and is agile enough to stop and retrace, also has a knack for getting his hands up in passing lanes despite being on the smaller side. Might lack the ideal measurables, but projects as a win-at-all-costs interior defender that can push pockets. Likely to find most success in an even front, which is what CU plays, but also has experience working out of a variety of different alignments. And I think that that is Christian Hudson to a T. He's quick, he's agile, he's explosive. He truly is like a jolt of energy, and I think that he's going to make a substantial impact on this defensive line for Robert Livingston. Credit again to Coach Sapp, Coach Lewis, Devin Rispris, Coach Prime for bringing him in here. I think that he's going to be, the ideal type of fit that we want to see for defensive linemen that we're bringing in. So y'all congratulate Christian Hudson in the comments. Let me know your thoughts of him as well. I'm going to be back with another video. We're going to be staying in the trenches. That's all I'm going to say. Later today, got another deep dive on CU's, 2025 high school class coming up. Y'all be sure like and subscribe on the way out. As always, y'all, go Buffs.